What's up, everybody? Welcome to DFS by the Numbers. This is my Draftkings MMA picks for UFC Raleigh. Alright, to start the video, I'm going to start off with a quick recap of UFC 246. First off, I want to congratulate the winners of the contest last week I put out to get my free model. Ryan and Elite Phoenix, they won. I'm going to do the same contest this week. What you got to do is first, like the video, second, make sure you're subscribed, and third, comment the play over 9,000 that you think is going to score the least, whether it be Montel Jackson, Lewis, Blaze, Allen. Comment the play over 9,000 you think is going to score the least. I'll be picking 2 or 3 winners Saturday morning. And then to get my free model with all the stats, my lineup percentages, my optimizer, projections, all that. So make sure you guys do that. I will be picking 2 winners. And then, so the quick recap of 246. Macy Barber, minus 1,000 favorite, got dominated by Modafferi. Nobody saw that coming. Not too often you see a minus 1,000 favorite lose. Last year, Devontae Smith was like minus 1,000. He lost. So hopefully we got it out of the way because it does really ruin the slate whenever a minus 1,000 favorite loses like that. Overall, I surprisingly made a decent profit over the weekend due to the fact I had so much Drew Dober. I had about 45% Drew Dober, and then I had Drew Dober along with Kelleher in my single lineup. Kelleher was like 15%, and Drew Dober was 10%. Ended up finishing second in my single lineup, so that was awesome. And then in cash, I cashed in some lineups. In some lineups, I was like a place or 2 out. I went with a Linnick in cash. And then if Barber would have won, I would have easily cashed in all my double ups, but I only was able to cash in about half of them, a little less than half of my double up lineups. Because minus 1,000 favorite Barber did not get the win, but it happens. So I was really lucky to get out of there with some profit because I thought once Barber lost, I was going to lose a lot of money because I was obviously really high on Barber, just like everyone else. So enough with that. Let's get into this card. I'm pretty confident in this card. I like this card a lot. I like it a lot from a cash standpoint. I'm going to be playing a lot of cash. I think it's really easy to get the best plays in a lineup, and I was able to get a couple lineups that I was really comfortable in, especially from a cash standpoint. But GPP is not as bad as well. I'll be playing the 20 max as well. So some of the fights to target: Blaze dos Santos minus 425. Fight does not get a decision. Personally, I don't know. Maybe Blaze gets a really dominating decision, or maybe he finishes dos Santos in the later rounds with some ground and pound. But nonetheless, it is a good fight to target. I'm personally going to be on Blaze a lot more than dos Santos. Burns Landwehr minus 170. Fight is not good decision. I do think this fight is going to for sure end inside the distance, most likely, with either a Burns submission or a Landwehr knockout or a Landwehr decision. So another fight. This fight, the Burns Landwehr, you're going to want to have in 100% of your lineups for sure. Stoshik Hill minus 145. Fight does not go to decision. A good fight to target. I don't think this is probably going to go to decision, but there is a chance that maybe Stoshik can knock out Hill. I don't think Hill's going to knock out Stoshik or nothing, but there is a chance Stoshik can knock out Hill. But I think the winner of this fight could score high pretty much, whether that be with takedowns or even a knockout by Stoshik. Dos Anjos, Chiesa, plus 100. Fight does not go to decision. This is probably going to go to decision unless Dos Anjos gets a knockout, but I like Dos Anjos quite a bit. I'll get to that in a little bit. And then we'll go to my core plays. Number 1, Curtis Blaze, 9,000. He just, I think he's in a fantastic spot here. Great wrestler. We saw what he did to Willis there, and I think he's not going to have as much success, obviously, but I think he can have maybe closer to 10 takedowns if he goes to decision. That's 50 points right there. Some ground strikes, maybe some advances. But I do think he's going to hit 100 points whether he finishes the fight or goes to decision. So I like Curtis Blades quite a bit. Just looking at his recent fights and his recent wins, he scored 116, 88 against Willis, which I thought he scored well over 88. It seemed like he just dominated the fight. 101, 138, 122. 66, 125, 130. So there is huge upside for Blades if he lands multiple takedowns, multiple advances, and then if fight metric counts all his ground strikes. He can definitely break the slate, obviously. I think he's a great play. I think 9,000 is a really good price to pay for Curtis Blades. 8,900, Rafael dos Anjos. I like this play a lot. He is the third biggest favorite on the card. He's climbing as a favorite as we speak. 8,900. I'm really comfortable in putting him in cash. GPP. I don't know if might hit value. I don't know. He might not. I don't think he's going to submit Chiesa. He might. Chiesa has been submitted before. I think Dos Anjos is live for a knockout possibly here. I don't know if he's going to finish him, but I do think it's going to be a dominating decision. I like him a lot in cash. For sure going to have him in cash. Going to have Blades in cash as well. But I think he's a fine play in GPP as well. 8,900. I'm sure he can pay that off. Let's see. In his recent wins, he's scored 107, 129, 105. So yeah, I think it's going to be a dominating decision, or even maybe he gets a knockout, and don't rule out a submission as well. But I do like Dos Anjos quite a bit. Core play here, Nate Landwehr, 8,300. It's either he's going to get submitted or he's going to dominate the fight. I think he is more skilled than Burns, honestly. I think Burns is going to try to come out here. If he tries to stand on the feet, I think that's a bad idea. He's going to probably end up getting knocked out, or he's going to end up pulling guard, something like that. And if Landwehr has some fight IQ and keeps it standing, he can definitely knock out Burns or dominate him on the feet. But you do not want to mess around with Burns on the ground, because that's Burns' only path to victory. And I don't know if Burns has the wrestling to get Landwehr down, but Landwehr's takedown defense isn't the best. So it is a 50-50 fight for a reason. But I'm going to lean with Landwehr here, but I'm going to play both sides of this fight as well. Montel Jackson, 9,400. It's not too often we're going to see a 9,400 play be low owned, as I think he's going to be. In his wins, he scored 91, 95 against Kelleher and Sukumta, and then lost to Ricky Simone. So I think he can definitely hit value. I think he can hit the 100-point mark here, and I think he's going to be low owned. Caloris has bad wrestling. Montel Jackson can take him down. I think Caloris is going to want to try to take Jackson down, but I don't think it's going to happen. And if this does stay on the feet the whole time, I think Jackson just going to destroy him on the feet, possibly get a knockout. And possibly get his first UFC knockout here. He did submit Kelleher. I don't know if he's going to want to play around with Caloris on the ground, because I think Caloris' only path to victory is like a submission out of nowhere. So I like Jackson quite a bit, especially in cash. I'll say it right now. I'm going to have Blaze, Dos Anjos, and Jackson in cash, and I'm very comfortable with that. GPP plays, Alex Perez, 9,100. This fight, I think, is going to be sneaky. I think it's going to be one of the lower owned fights, because everybody's going to pay up for Blades and Dos Anjos. But yeah, I like Perez quite a bit. Let's see. In Perez's wins, he scored 73 in decision, 142 in a knockout, 72, 95, 90. So it's all over the place. But his upside's there for sure. I think he can possibly submit Espinoza. I don't think he's going to knock him out. Espinoza is pretty tough. I think he's going to want to get this on the ground. If he gets this on the ground, there's a good chance he can get a submission. But overall, I like Alex Perez quite a bit as a GPP play, and to pivot off of, say, Blaze, Dos Anjos, Jackson, everybody up there. But yeah, I like Perez quite a bit, especially in GPP, not so much cash. Jamal Hill, 8,500, going against Stosic. He's a fine play. I think has a bright future in the UFC. I don't know if he's going to win this fight. I'll say it right now, I'm on Stosic quite a bit. I like Stosic to win the fight. I don't think Hill's going to finish this fight. Stosic is very tough. But he could maybe land some takedowns. Definitely outpoint Stosic. I think he can definitely win a decision here. It's just up to Stosic and how Stosic approaches the fight. But if he comes out here with a high volume game plan, he can definitely win a decision easily with the high volume game plan against Stosic. Stosic does not throw much at all. And also has to stuff the takedowns, which I'll get to in a little bit. I think Stosic will be able to take him down, but he's a fine GPP play. If he wins, he'll probably hit value. I'm probably going to have more Stosic, but I will have some Hill as well. Here's another Hill, and Angela Hill. Just volume alone, I think she's a good GPP play, especially if she gets the Sabrina Mazzo treatment that Mazzo got last fight. They gave her a crazy amount of significant strikes for no reason. If they count those for Hill, Hill should score over 100. So I like Hill to win, and I like her. She's going to be low owned, under 20%. So I think she can possibly be in the winning lineup. Yeah, I think she's a really sneaky play. Tony Gravely, 8,200. This kid's pretty good, but I'm going the other way with Johns. But I don't know. I think Gravely has a good shot to win. It's obviously a pick 'em fight, but I do think John's gonna be able to take him down and possibly even submit him. But this kid is good. He has a lot of talent. I just don't think it's his time yet. And Johns is a very tough task. But Johns has been out for like a year, so there could be some rust there. Maybe Gravely knocks him out, which I don't really think is going to happen because Johns is so tough. But it could happen. And I think the winner of this fight is going to score highly. So I think you want to target this fight a little bit, but I'm definitely more on Johns than anything. And then Sarah McMahon, first round submission or bust, really. With her, she's going to. If she doesn't get that first round submission, she's probably going to get tired, and then Landsberg's going to end up winning the fight in the round 2 and 3. Brett Johns, 8,000. I like this play a lot. I think he has a lot of upside here. Let's see. In his wins, he scored 90, 79, 118. I think he can have no problem taking down Gravely here and possibly getting a submission. I like Johns a lot in the spot, especially 8,000. He is the underdog by a little bit, and that line might change by fight time. But Johns is almost made one of my core plays. I'm going to have quite a bit of him, and even think about putting him in cash because he is so tough. Johns is only lost to Munoz and Sterling, two very, very good fighters. So I like his chances here quite a bit, especially as an underdog. Darko Stosic went over this a little bit already. I think he's going to be able to get takedowns. Takedowns against Hill, and I think he's going to get maybe a knockout. I can see a knockout. He hits very hard. Hill keeps his chin high up in the air. His striking defense is not so good. His takedown defense is a little questionable. So I think Stosic can really win this fight. Stosic did change camps. He's now at Blade's camp, Team Elevation. So hopefully he's worked on his cardio. If he works on his cardio, comes in here with a good game plan, I don't see why he can't finish this fight, especially at low ownership, because people have been getting screwed, including me, by Stosic and Draftkings in the past. Nobody's going to play this guy. I want to play him. I think it's a good chance to finish the fight and win the fight with takedowns or even a knockout. Herbert Burns, 7,900, submission or bust, and it's very possible. I think it definitely can happen. Landwehr's takedown defense isn't the best, so if Burns can get him down, or if Landwehr makes a mistake, he couldn't get submitted. So definitely going to play some Burns, and then Lena Landsberg. If McMahon doesn't get that first round submission, I'm worried about her cardio. I think Landsberg can take over rounds 2 and 3, win a decision. So just another live dog play there. Fades Arnold Allen, 9,200. He doesn't have a finish in the UFC yet. He's had 7, 8 fights, no finish yet, and he hasn't topped 90 points yet. So easy fade for me. And then Bevon Lewis going against Daquan Townsend. I don't think Lewis is going to finish him. Townsend is very tough. I think Townsend has only been finished once in his career. He has almost 30 fights. So I think Lewis is going to. He needs a first round knockout to hit value. I don't think that's going to happen. Lucy Pudilova, no way. I'm playing her at that price. I'd rather go down and play Hill with a little more upside there. Pump plays, Nick Lentz, 7,000. I think he has a decent chance here, actually, if he takes Allen down. The only problem is he's coming down a weight class, but he's looking really good lately, so maybe he can take Allen down and grind him out. I think this fight should be aligned a lot closer. I do like Lentz quite a bit at 7,000. I like him as a cash play since Allen has not been finishing anybody in the UFC. And then Daquan Townsend, he has a lot of power. So it is possible that he could finish Lewis here. I don't think it's likely, but it is possible. So I'm going to play a few shares of Townsend. All right, guys, that's about it. You can follow me on Twitter, DFS_numbers, and make sure you like this video if you enjoyed it, and also subscribe if you haven't yet. And then remember, comment your play over 9,000 that you think is going to score the least, and I'll pick a winner Saturday morning. And then also become a member of my Patreon and receive my MMA optimizer, my cash and GPP projections, my full access to my model, my lineup percentages, access to my Slack chat, and more. I'll put the link in the description for Patreon. You guys might want to wait till next month, because next month I think we get 3 or 4 cards, so you'll be getting a lot more value if you guys wait for next month. But if you want it for this month, I know a lot of you guys have already signed up, around 10 of you guys have already signed up. Go for it. I'll put the link in the description, but definitely more value if you wait for next month. And that's about it, guys, and thank you for watching, and good luck this weekend.